Alright, back with some more Age of Mythology. Basically, I don't know if my voice sounds normal or not. I'm not sick or anything, I was just drinking water and stuff. Let me drink another cup. Well, not a cup, just a gulp. Alright, so, yeah, another video on Age of Mythology. Now, I have been, in the past 2 weeks, playing slightly more, and I actually have stopped StarCraft. My gaming has just been all over the place because I've not been doing too much, but at the same time, I've been doing none of what I used to do a lot of. And then I got back to this, a bit more than often. And at the same time, I've been doing a lot of other small stuff. So I might revive my second channel, which has been dead for more than a year, and I'll explain the story of why that's been dead for more than a year on that channel whenever I make a video. But there is a legitimate reason for why I stopped making videos there for a long time. But I want to revive it, so I might actually restart that one back up. Now, anyways, I just want to show this 1 versus 1 game. So I've played 1 versus 1 versus quite a few people recently well, basically on the servers, and this guy was an interesting 1v1 guy. So we both won random gods, I believe, and he got Zeus, I got Hades. Map is Tundra, as you can see, and let's see how this plays out. So obviously my main god is Uranus, and I'm not a fan of Hades, but because he's Zeus, that's really similar to it, so I don't feel too bad about this. I know he's really good, like 1800 plus, because yeah, obviously he's 1800 plus, so I know he's really good. And I don't feel confident about Greek, but because we're pretty much the same culture, I don't feel too bad at the same time. So let's see how this plays out. I can't really say too many things because I already know how this plays out and whatnot. So I'm going to keep it on my point of view, hopefully this entire game. No, not the entire game. I'm just going to keep it on my point of view for quite a while. This is a really good relic, so whoever's going to claim it should have an upper hand, especially if it goes to the late game. Now, as you can see, I am focusing quite heavily on food and not that heavy on the other two. And I'm not exactly sure. I know I said I already know what's going to happen, but I'm still not exactly sure how this is going to play out because I forgot what I'm doing. I forgot if I'm going to boom or, not boom. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm going to fast heroic or just attack. But as Hades, I would expect myself to not be too aggressive at the beginning just because I feel safe and whatnot with sentinels plus towers on top of that. I just feel pretty safe, so I highly doubt I'm gonna boom. And okay, so yeah, the usual stuff pretty much. I want to actually say something, you guys, on Game Ranger specifically. For some reason in the past 2 weeks, and this has only been happening in the past few weeks recently, I've been having multiple different people accuse me of cheating. And I can guarantee you I don't cheat. Sure, I know how to cheat, like, that's so obvious because I've played for so long. But I don't cheat in games. Like, I don't understand how people can think of me as a cheater. And this is one of the guys that thought I cheat. Obviously, I don't think this guy was too serious about that. He was accusing me of spawning, but I don't spawn. And then a different game, in a 4v4, where it was apparently noobs. It didn't classify that only noobs. That's why I entered. I thought it was just a 4v4. Or 5v5, whatever it was. It was a huge game, pretty much. And I had about 8,000 score, whereas all the other players in the game had 2,000 or less. So obviously one of them was concerned, I mean not concerned, but was convinced, yes, that I was cheating. And then besides that, a random guy that I didn't even play with this entire week or so, I don't even remember his name, a random guy just messaged me yesterday. He called me a hacker. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if something's going on behind my back. I don't know why I'm getting accused of cheating all of a sudden, because I'm not even that well known to be a player, right? So on Game Ranger, most people don't know who I am, which I'm fine with that. I'm actually happy about that because I can just play normal games. And that's exactly why I'm really shocked or confused as to why people would think I'm cheating. Now, as you can see, I do have 4 on wood and gold. I'm saving up quite a lot. I already have 200 of each, so it seems like I'm definitely going to take a town center fast. The reason being is that I'm not upgrading hand axe or pickaxe. I'm definitely saving all my resources I can. And I am upgrading. I was going to say, I think it's a mistake that I'm skipping these upgrades, but I'm not skipping them. So I'm getting those upgrades before booming. And I'm pretty sure I'm just going to play this out really lightly and boom. He does have a lot of a higher score though, you know, that is a bit scary. He just advanced Hermes, obviously he's going to do some Centaur raiding, but I feel confident, and I actually did cancel off my booming. I realized he chooses Centaurs, so I need to get a Chiron hero out to defend against that. That's my plan at least, so I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to boom after all, I'm just going to improvise something. I actually have no idea what I'm doing right now, because like I said, I only know the outcome. I forgot completely how I was playing, like, mostly during the beginning of the game. And did you see this? He actually bolted my Chiron, which was a really good usage, and I think I really should have hit it in my town center until he wasted bolt on my Minotaur, just so I could have, you know, used my Chiron like that. So that was a really good usage of the bolt god power, and all these wolves are attacking me at the same time, so I lost the villager there. Pretty much, I'm just losing everything all at once. So this Chiron, I mean this Centaur, is microing pretty well, and you know, it doesn't really die. I'm kind of expecting that because he knows how to play. And then there comes the Odysseus hero. So there goes my unit, right? So I'm just sending all my villagers here, hoping that would help. My Chiron comes in to assist because he comes back with his units. And, you know, this is where I do have enough resources to get an expansion up now, or a town center, so I think this is the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna play defensive, but still try to boom it off at the same time. So I'm hopefully gonna do that right about now, after my harassment is dealt with. I'm sending my villagers right over there. So here are a few things. Firstly, my wood cutting camp is all the way out there, so that's kind of in danger. Secondly, he could easily be guarding this with Centaurs, so I'm really just sending my Chiron up there and seeing what it can do. Now, luckily, a Minotaur, what's this called? Special attack power, that actually one-hits scouts. So he's sending in 2 more Centaurs, and there's his Odysseus here, so he's really going heavy on Centaurs. Definitely gonna get that rating up, and he's way ahead of me in score. So I'm just trying to, you know, micro garrison, but I failed with this unit. Oh, he didn't. Okay, I thought he's gonna, you know, focus it down, but he didn't actually focus fire. And I'm just scouting for the other few town centers. Luckily, I do find my third, and that's what I'm trying to get. So I do claim this really important relic that I was talking about earlier, and he claimed the other one, which is pretty useful. That's more useful for me because I'm the one defending, so it's nice of him to take it away from me. And he kills off another villager. So he's really, like I said, this is way out of position. I could put it here and then get towers. Oh no, I have a tower here too, so it's really just out of position, but luckily I do have my second tower set up, so I can focus on legitimate economy now. The problem is I can't even afford to produce villagers, and I just garrison these at the perfect time, so I'm happy about that. It's just mostly the problem that this guy is doing really good with Centaur. So he only has 1 left. I'm expecting him to only have that 1 remaining and not produce any more because he sees that I have a Chiron out. He sees that I'm trying to defend, or not really doing much at all. He knows that I'm not doing much at all. That's why I would expect him to start throwing out a real army now. But that's not going to make me produce an army. I'm actually still just going to boom and defend. That's my goal. And I'm trying to lure this into fire. You know, nothing much is happening just yet, so I'm actually going to speed up a bit more. But he comes in with more Chiron. So because he has more than 1 remaining, I can now see that he's still producing them actively. This is when I started tower up and actually play defensively. And he's coming in with some Hippicons too. So Hippicons and Centaurs, that's a really classic composition for Zeus, which I should have expected. But for some reason I still didn't tower up, so I need to tower up and get crenellations, and then I can fully defend against this with my Chiron as an assisting guy. Now let me just quickly check. So he does have, he's taking a town center, I just spoiled that, but he does have 3 Centaurs right here near my base out on the field right now. I'm trying to snipe just more villagers, and me just trying to garrison them, which was almost perfect, but not really. And this is really annoying me, obviously, because he's completely denying my boom, and here's some bad control right here. I'm not ungassing 5 villagers. That's a huge mistake as well. So he's 300 points ahead, but even with all that, despite all that, like, I know I'm doing bad and losing the game right now, but at the same time, I'm still alive with no military production. No buildings even. No military buildings. I'm basically defending with nothing. So that's a positive side, I guess. You know, the negative side is that I'm not doing good, but the positive side is that I'm not using much to not be doing. Wait, that doesn't make much sense. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, but you know, it's just ups and downs right there. So he's gonna snipe a few more villagers here. Once again, pretty annoying. And look at this perfect micro from him. Not really perfect, but really well played. And he even uses his special energy one more time, killing off more villagers. So this woodcutting camp is fully denied pretty much. And look at this. I'm just baffled by how well he controls his centaurs this entire game. Like especially because we have so much happening. And he's coming in with a second position. Coming in at a second position, finally getting crenellations. That's really late of me, but like I said, because he's denying me from actually getting economy, I could not afford to buy it all this time. So finally I can afford it. Finally I'm not doing too bad. I lose my Minotaur here. Big mistake, but it's too late to pull back because his Centaur could just easily snipe it. So now I'm trying to scout when he's going to take this. That's all I'm curious about. I know I could be scouting for mining and whatnot, but I have no military production up whatsoever. And now he's way ahead of me in score. I know that I can't do much to get back, but I still need to stay in the game because I have not lost yet. So that's an interesting thing. Sorry, I can't even say it. When does one resign? So, you know, you could, well, some people would resign right now. I did see these, I think. Wow, he's still producing full centaurs non-stop. So, he didn't kill any villagers there, but he does have so many centaurs. And where's my hero? Oh, yeah, I'm sending my Chiron back up, trying to use my hero to defend against all this. And I do kill one right over there. Now this is suspicious for me. He's sending his units here to defend. So this is what I'm going to scout right here. I knew it. He's taking my town center. So I see there's way too many villagers there. I can't really deny that, once again, because I have no military. And he's even killing my scout off there. So he's definitely going to take 4 town centers against my 2 town centers that I'm forced to stay on. And look at this perfect control. Like I said, he's even pulling back the perfect units. No mistakes. So I know I'm going to lose my Cairo. Actually, I'm not going to lose it if I still send it back. Because I didn't... Yeah, I think I'm sending it back. Okay, nice. Yeah, I thought I was going to lose it because these guys have perfect accuracy, but they don't. So I can actually save my Chiron for now. But snipe one more Chiron. I keep calling them Chiron. But snipe one more Centaur and then get out of there. So both of us were doing pretty good, I guess, with the unit control and whatnot. And I do have lots of resources. I decided to go heroic. And this is when I believe I'm going to finally make military. You know, in a good match, 13 minutes in, I still have almost no military up. So this is a pretty extreme case of how to play bad. But, you know, at the same time, I'm not dead. That's the good part. And I do have crenellations here. So if he attacks my villagers, sure, they could die, but they don't die. But I'm saying that, you know, because of crenellations, they would be lured into the arrow fire and take a lot of damage that he did not plan on taking. So that's pretty bad for him, but it's only 3 cavalry units, not much at all. And I still lose those villagers because he has good control. So this guy, yeah, I'm just constantly emphasizing that he has good control, he knows how to play. But that's because most good players, actually I'm not going to say that they don't have this good control, but his centaurs, you gotta admit, were pretty flawless. Pulling back the exact unit at the perfect time, that was really good, so I'm impressed by this guy. But finally I'm catching up in scores. This whole time he was way ahead of me, he's still coming in with the raids, and here's a huge mistake from me. This whole game, I only now realize that villagers are good versus centaurs. Up until now, I didn't even know that, because I keep forgetting that this... the reason because he got this upgrade, the Sylvan Lore. I thought Sylvan Lore makes them so OP that villagers do almost no damage to them. That's what I thought. That's why I didn't attack them with my villagers this entire game until now. So I finally realized I can just use my villagers, no biggie. So if I'm throwing out a fortress, getting some military up. 15 minutes in, I'm gonna finally finish my military buildings, hopefully, and start playing the game, right? So I just want to quickly check something. What are our upgrades? So I am ahead in upgrades, but he's definitely ahead in economy because of the harassment, except in food. Yeah, it's pretty much even because he's ahead in some stuff. I'm ahead in one, but I'm ahead in upgrades. It's pretty much an even game. So I'm expecting him to constantly raid or harass my gold mine especially, or both, all 3 of them. So I'm just throwing up a tower or 2 around this area. And he is coming back around with even more centaurs. And like I said, harassing my gold. How many is this? This is 5 centaurs. And once again, pulling back the perfect unit. But unfortunately for him, my tower with crenellations is going to finish that one off. If I didn't have crenellations, that would have not been killed because the arrows would not be accurate. Now, these 3 centaurs, he lost control. So did I. I don't know where we're distracted right now. I could actually check my view lock. Oh, I'm just up here. Yeah, of course. And he's going to lose most of the centaurs. Yep, he only has 2 left unless he pulled one back. And turn this off. Is this guy gonna live? He's actually taking a lot of damage from the arrows and obviously gonna die with one more kill down. So I think all of his Centaur harassment is fully denied at this point. I can safely say that. But was it worth it? Yes, it was. He's done so much damage. But at the same time, he's not in the heroic age yet. So I could, if I were smart, take advantage of my age and actually make counteract units against his Hippicons, which would be Prodromos, or however you pronounce it. But unfortunately for me, I'm just making classical age units. Now, he is pretty smart. He gets towers, no correlations, but he saw that I had no cavalry. There's really not too much point in there because no speed really. And I do defend off my catapults, but he uses ceasefire. So this, for me, obviously is pretty bad right now. This would have been my perfect position to attack, and just the perfect time and whatnot. And so he advances to the third age, and because of his population advantage, he could actually outmax me in a matter of seconds. Now, as we can see here, he has medium hoplite, but, oh, I don't have anything upgraded either. I thought I already had armory. I must be saving up for Hephaestus or something like that. Either way, I did finally take the score lead after all this time, and you can't train towers in ceasefire time, so that's why I sent most of my villagers back to mine. And I do have quite a lot of miners. The reason being is that I know he's going to try to still send cavalry and harass me on my gold mines. So if I have two different positions, fortified and overloaded with villagers, then I should not have too much problem getting gold. At the same time, where's my fortified town center upgrade? Oh, did I forget that? That's a huge mistake because I'm forced onto 2 town centers, which means my maximum population is 130. But if I get fortified, that's +5 for each town center, which means I could have 140 right now. So that's a huge mistake if I don't even get fortified town center because, oh, I'm advancing now. I must have been saving my gold up for that first. But, you know, in a situation like this, guys, you need to get fortified town center. Otherwise, you're screwing yourself over. So he does come in with semi-lucky raid, like he was going to raid my gold mine right here, but luckily, not too lucky here, he ran into my army. My army was kind of taking all this area, so it's not that lucky. He would have seen my army sooner or later. And I noticed that all his gold miners are there. He does have all the tier 1 upgrades, and I don't have all of them, but I do have a tier, yeah, I have tier 2 and some tier 3, so it's a mix of upgrades. I'm pretty sure I'm still ahead in upgrades, just barely, but not by much. So I do have a lot of economy. Still no fortified town centers, so that's actually a mistake by me, a huge mistake at that, because like I said, at this point in the game, that's a huge thing. So I send my villagers to attack his centaurs. I cannot take any risks there, and he uses underworld passage somewhere unseen, unknown. I don't know the location just yet, but I'm about to find out sooner or later, just as I snipe down this town center with my army. So here comes his army. His underworld must be over there somewhere, and I use my villagers to kill all these centaurs just now. And I mean, that's all I can do. I can use Curse. I can't really use much. But he has Wait, what is it? He has these units, basically, which counteract my hoplites. And I don't stand much of a chance. And I don't know if this was a waste or not, but I decided to use my Gothard. And I forgot to focus fire my Chiron onto his myth unit. So, quite a lot of mistakes here. I should have evacuated my siege, but they're so slow that I can't run away in time. I know he's going to snipe my units. And my major mistake was definitely not using this guy on the myth. I think if I would have used that on the myth, I would have taken that fight a lot easier. But because I didn't do that, that did not happen. So I can't really use these for anything because they can't run away in time. I just advanced to Mythic Age, finally getting Fortified Town Center, getting my upgrades as well. And yeah, I'm about to start spamming upgrades, but at the same time I want to deny his army from coming back. Too late. No problem. At least I can hold on a fortified position here, hopefully. Now this is where I want to talk about the actual game itself from his point of view as well. I'm going to unlock the map view. As you can see, I have 110 out of 130. He has 144 out of 145. Now, here is the major mistake of me. This whole time, 20 minutes in, I'm gonna pause it. We're gonna take away all my mistakes because I'm ahead in scores. So we can easily say that all my mistakes were not too bad. They paid off. They were not that brutal. Now, here is where we have to look into perspective. This is 20 minutes. That means it's late game. We already have all our economy. Let's pretend we already have all our upgrades. At least they're coming and we can afford all of them. We have no problem with upgrades or economy. The only thing remaining would be, map control, obviously, which he has. But besides map control, it would be military. And I've never actually lost a game due to a lack of military. And look at this. I have 1 military academy producing, 1 archery range producing, and that's it. I just have only 2 military buildings producing, whereas he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think he has more on the in the back. No, he's only using 6 not to produce, but that's not only 6. That's a huge number. He has 6 military productions in usage, whereas I have 3. So I'm gonna give it away. I lost the game, but that's a really, really good game. And I could not believe the game that I lost just because of that. And look at this. He has heavy units, but look at what I only have heavy units too. But I'm just finishing 1-1, right? So now I'm ahead in upgrades. So even though I have less military, I feel like I have an advantage because I know he does not have upgrades. He only has heavy, and now I have more. And I'm counteracting his army. Don't forget that. I'm purposely counteracting his army with the perfect unit composition. So I'm doing everything correctly. Except I have no military production. And I cannot believe that I lost the game from a simple mistake like that. And I really should not have tried to upgrade champions right here. I thought I'm so far ahead, which I am, but my military is my only mistake, which is actually a huge deal. It's not a small thing. Do not underestimate your military. So, good game. I'm down to under 90 population. Now I'm going to go under 80, so that obviously means I lost the game. There's no way I can come back from this. So that was a really, really good game, and I know I lost because I can't really go to this mine. He obviously has line of sight there. I don't want to walk all the way back. Yeah, it's just lots of things, but no military. It's a good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a really good game. I thought I was going to win. I'm pretty sure this is not his main god, but obviously it's not. He's 1800 with something, but he's really good with all gods. I have never beat this guy, but I've played him 1v1 quite a lot. But this was the best loss ever from me, I think, because I was so bad at the beginning. I was so behind, but I still got ahead. And even though I was ahead, I didn't play it off well, and I lost the game. So that was extreme. Like I said, I've played this game for so long, so many years, and I've learned something from this game. That's why I feel so happy, because I cannot believe that I lost due to a lack of military production. And I only realized this at the end. Look at this. I was trying to throw up a few more stuff. Building productions, yes, production buildings, but it was too late. It was a good game. I'm 900 points ahead, and he beat me with that. So once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to get more videos out, and by more videos I mean once a month or something like that, because obviously I'm not gonna produce too many nowadays because I'm just too lazy or just busy or whatever I do. But if you guys want to play, I am on Game Ranger a bit more often now, so we could play Age of Mythology, and that's about it. That's it. I really should stop stalling. Hope you guys enjoyed for the 4th time, and I'm out. See you guys next time.